Yo, what's up? It's DNA for sure, and this video is about roles. Kinda don't want to make this video because it's gonna be really controversial, but I'm gonna do it anyway because it's really needed. See, me, you guys know if you follow me, if you watch my videos, you know that I've been to jail a couple times, and I'm not like a outlaw. Well, you could call me that. I'm not like a fucking. I'm just a rebel. I'm just one who is not conditioned to follow a lot of rules. The rules that I follow are that I have to eventually breathe, I have to eventually sleep, I have to eventually eat, and if I want to do what I want to do, I have to make money. Now, I'm making this video for the reason that somebody asked me if they should follow their dreams or not, and he told me that, he works at Lowe's, which is not a bad thing. He does illegal things to get money, which I'm not going to label bad or good. But if you're like me and you don't like to follow rules and the things that you use to conduct your life are going to conflict with America's rules, you're going to get fucked up. You're going to get your freedom taken away. You're going to get your money taken away. You're going to get your mind and your body and your soul even taken away if you don't follow certain rules. And the reason I understand completely, the reason I don't like to follow certain rules and I don't like to work at McDonald's and I'm not going to pursue my money in that way is because a lot of these people are not qualified to tell me that I deserve to make this amount of money or not. If you can't, I'm not talking down on you if you only read at a certain level. I'm not saying that I'm better than you or you're not better than me, but I'm simply stating the fact that if you're not qualified more for your job than I am, just because you put in a certain amount of time and you put in work, that I don't want to follow these people. Why would I want my boss to be somebody who has less wisdom about their own job than I do? What the fuck do I look like working for you if I know more about your business and your position than you do? That's fucking retarded. Yeah, you put the work in and you've been here and you've done certain things and you proved yourself, but that doesn't feel right. It doesn't seem right. It's not right. And that's where this really stemmed from. When I was 17, I worked for people who I knew I was more qualified for their position than they were. When I was working at Smashburger, I knew I was way more qualified than the people that I worked under for their own position. So I understand that doesn't make sense. I understand that, you want to live in America. You want to pay for a house and buy it. That's redundant. You want to do things and you don't feel like you should follow these rules. What I was taught was sometimes you have to take shit. Sometimes you have to pay these taxes. Sometimes you have to listen to people and work under them even though that you're more qualified than they are for their own goddamn position. And every time that they use words, they don't know what these words use. And every time they tell you to do something, you might have their interest in heart, but they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So, what I'm saying is, all in all, sometimes you have to do retarded shit. Sometimes you have to work under these dumbass White Castles managers. Sometimes you have to do things that you don't feel like are right. I'm not saying to rob and steal and murder and kill, fresh up out of jail with no job to steal and rob. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is sometimes you have to take the shit to make the shit. You know, don't let people always bully you. Sometimes your managers are going to be bullies. Sometimes you want to follow them home after hours and kidnap them and do some retarded shit. You don't have to. It's not necessary. You don't have to be bullied on an extreme level. But sometimes, if you. I was told what I was told. This is what I was told. If you don't want people to tell you to do what to do, if you don't want people to tell you what to do what you know they're going to tell you what to do first. So you're doing your job. They don't have to fucking manage you. They don't have to micromanage you. And eventually, when they see that you have that character trait and you have these personality traits and characteristics, you might move up enough to the point where you are managing the same people who they were managing. And eventually, if you're really on your shit, you're going to be your manager's manager. I just want you to not make your own rules off the bat and don't be a fucking jailbird. And realize that you have to follow your own rules eventually, because that's what it's for. That's what your mind is for. I told my grandmother that everybody has rules. A lot of people think that just because they are in their house, that they get to disrespect people and talk to people however the fuck they want. And that's true to an extent. But if you want me in your motherfucking house, why do you want that kind of power? Why do you want the power to tell people that they're dumbasses and call them bitches and slap them in the face and talk to them? Why do you want that power? What the fuck is going on in your mind? Or what happened to you? Where's your self-esteem? Where's your confidence? Where you feel the need and the want to talk to people however the fuck you don't get to talk to people however the fuck you want, whether they're in your house or not. Because nature's rules are, if you don't take my fucking physical state and my emotional state into account, then I get to express to you genetically. That's a rule. I get to express to you that I'm uncomfortable with you making me feel uncomfortable even in your house. You can't make anybody do anything, especially if you know they don't have the power to leave. Whether you're too drunk or too high or whatever the fuck's going on. They're shooting outside, you have a whole bunch of weed, and there's a lot of police outside. That's pussy. But what I'm saying is, if you follow the rules enough, you get to make your own rules. People don't go to jail unless they want to go to jail. Only people who go to jail are the people who can't afford to not go to jail, the people who want to go to jail, or the people who don't know the rules enough to not go to jail. If you're going to break the rules, if you're going to lie, tell the truth when you lie. Tell the truth enough that when you lie, your lies are the truth. And that's a fucking silent riddle, and it sounds really complicated, but it's not. It's a metaphor. It's very poetic and very metaphorical, but it's not fucking complicated. Don't do shit you can't afford to do, and don't do shit to get yourself in trouble if you can't get yourself out of trouble with the same thing that you used to get yourself into trouble. My last point is, rules And I don't want you to be a super criminal, and I want you to be a criminal mastermind because of this video. Read about the universal laws. I have a song where I say there are laws that you can't change and others you're supposed to transcend. And when you start to breathe, that's the fire water harmony. And that's true. Read about the universal laws. A quote that I made up was, I don't make sacrifices, I make magic. And when you put those two things together, there are some things that are mutable and others, I forgot the quote. And I wrote it too, which fucking sucks, because I've been drinking. But there's some things that you can't fucking change. The laws of gender, the laws of polarity. But there are laws that are meant to be broken, and there are laws that cannot be broken. You can kill people legally. You can drink and drive legally and be fucked up and have liquor on your breath and show all signs of being fucked up. But you have to know how to break those laws. And if not, you have to have the money to break those laws. You can tell the police that you have a prescription mouthwash and it's a certain amount of alcohol content in it and you didn't fucking drink alcohol, and that you're just sleepy and that you took fucking Benadryl. That's why your eyes are red and you're slurring because you have a brain injury. And why the fuck do you think I'm slurring? You've never heard me talk before, and you dropped your cell phone. You know, things like that. That's what my lawyer told me. I didn't have to go to jail for a DUI. I didn't have to go to jail. I actually agreed to go to jail. They didn't tell me that I had to go to jail. They told me that I was under arrest. I didn't ask him if I had to go to jail, which is something that you need to research on your own. But anyways, you can't stop breathing and do what you want. You can't stop eating for a certain amount of time and do what you want. You can't stop sleeping and then wait for the sun to come up and do what you want. There are laws that are meant to be broken. There are rules that are here, and there's just nothing that you can do to go around it. And there are other rules that you're supposed to transcend, that you're not supposed to follow, that you're supposed to find a way to do what you want with these rules. And that's why I put all these manifestation videos out about all the elements. And if you make the connection with what I said as far as me not making sacrifices and me making magic, then you will fucking get what I said. And it won't be so metaphorical for you. It's going to be more literal. But anyways, I hope you watch this video like 2 or 3 more times and you get what I'm saying, and you follow the rules of this rule that you don't have to follow rules, but there are rules. So you can make your own rules. Be a leader, don't be a fucking follower. Make magic, don't make fucking sacrifices. And that's it. Subscribe, like, follow, share, comment, reply. It's DNA for sure. Why ask why? Peace.